Ladies and gentlemen, this is DVP World. You're watching another edition of Military Mind, bringing you news from the front lines. I'm your host, Bejamin Lee. Overnight on Tuesday, Russian forces once again struck Ukrainian civilian energy infrastructure. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, Moscow launched nearly 100 drones and 6 missiles targeting multiple regions across the country. The northern city of Chernihiv was left without electricity following the attack. Regional authorities said drones hit a heating facility and a power station, forcing emergency blackouts across the city and nearby northern settlements. For several hours, water supply was also disrupted, though officials later confirmed that service had been partially restored. In Orikhiv, Russian forces carried out airstrikes using guided bombs, hitting 2 residential districts. According to the city's mayor, 9 people were wounded. Russian troops also attacked her son with Shahed drones that night. Residential areas were hit, resulting in a large-scale fire that virtually destroyed one of the buildings. According to the authorities, 3 people were injured. Meanwhile, in Russia, drone attacks were also reported overnight. Authorities claim more than 30 drones were shot down over the Rostov region. One apartment building was partially damaged, leaving 1 resident wounded, according to the officials. And moving to the front line, Ukrainian monitoring project Deep State reports that Russian troops have expanded their presence in the central part of Kupiansk. Ukrainian forces are carrying out stabilization operations, but analysts say the coming weeks will determine the city's fate, depending on whether Ukraine can bring in sufficient reinforcements. Ukraine's general staff announced that Ukrainian forces have liberated 182 square kilometers of territory in the Pokrovsk district in the Donetsk region. British intelligence, meanwhile, said once again that Pokrovsk likely remains Russia's top priority, with the highest concentration of attack along the entire front line. Ukrainian paratroopers say Russian forces have increased the use of guided air bombs along the main supply routes leading to Pokrovsk, with 212 airstrikes recorded in that area since the start of October. According to Deep State, Russian troops have advanced into the southern outskirts of Pokrovsk, placing much of the southern part of the city into what analysts describe as a gray zone. The Ukrainian Defense Forces are pressing on with their intense campaign to demilitarize occupied Crimea. Newly released footage shows the successful destruction of a camouflaged Russian Valdai radar station at the airport in Jankoy. Despite efforts to hide the equipment, drone operators identified the target and took out the air surveillance system with a precise strike. The Valdai radar station is part of Russia's air defense network and is used to detect air targets, including Ukrainian drones and aircraft. So its destruction marks another step in weakening the occupying forces on the peninsula. Moving on to the next archive video, the 2nd International Legion of Defense of Ukraine, together with the Charlie Assault Group, carried out another operation to detect and eliminate Russian cells in the frontline zone. Advancing to clear the area, the fighters moved stealthily. Now, reconnaissance provided real-time intelligence, allowing the groups to enter the designated sector and silently neutralize 3 enemy militants who had entrenched themselves in a shelter. The operation was swift, with the element of surprise and tight coordination between the units proving to be the keys to the mission's success.
I see the house. It's very close, man. Pulse de Freddy. El movimiento para el punto 4.
¿Está llamando Black? ¿Lo escuchas?
Negativo, que hable duro. Estoy ocupado. Trinchera en el cruce. ¿La limpiamos nosotros o ellos?
¿Pasas tus 5?
De todo. 12, 2, 3, 4. Negativo, todos quédense donde están, punto. Puta madre.
Campo.
Eche para acá, para allá vamos cuando ya vamos a hacer el asalto.
Por eso, ¿qué vamos a hacer? ¿Nos vamos a meter ahí?
Descansemos un ratico, marica. Cuando ya vamos a hacer el asalto.
Pero no nos quedemos mucho tiempo afuera, marica.
Marica, si quieren...
¿Entiendes? Ey.
La pregunta era, ¿vamos a entrar con granadas o con disparos?
Yo quité muchas granadas de esos rusos.
¿Sí?
Yeah.
A la derecha también. Vuela a la derecha.
Ay.
No marcaste munición, señores, no tenemos.
Tenemos más.
Si no estuvo ahí, son inmortales los gonorreas.
¡Limpio! Ok.
More and more Russian soldiers are beginning to see the futility of the war and attempt to save their lives by laying down their arms and surrendering. But even that decision can prove fatal. In the Orikhiv sector, one enemy soldier tried to surrender by approaching Ukrainian positions unarmed and in the open, clearly showing peaceful intentions. According to the Ukrainian military, he never made it. A Russian drone in the area responded not to his surrender, but to an order to eliminate him. Ukrainian defenders who witnessed the incident said it's another example of the Russian command's cynicism, willing to sacrifice its own soldiers rather than let them reveal the truth about conditions on the front line. And for the occupying regime, they say it's better to kill one of their own than risk the surrender. And with that footage, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.